At ZocDoc, we know being a healthy adult is like living in a video game. Every day has side quests, taxes, laundry, birthdays, and just when you're leveling up, you have to book a doctor. The insurance portal crashes, they put you on hold, your doctor doesn't take your plan, game over. We see you, so we made booking a doctor easy. Download ZocDoc, search by specialty, insurance, and availability. Book instantly, no cheat codes required. Find a doctor you love with ZocDoc.
In the U.S., there's a break-in every 26 seconds. But when intruders step near, Simply Safe Home Security steps up.
Stop. This is Simply Safe. Police are on the way.
Using AI alerts, U.S.-based live agents help deter break-ins. Simply Safe, no long-term contracts. Save 60% on a new system with professional monitoring during our 20th anniversary sale at simplysafe.com/Spotify.
Outdoor deterrence requires a Simply Safe Active Guard outdoor protection plan starting at $49.99 a month. Visit simplysafe.com/licenses for alarm license information. Tennessee 2012.
I mean, you know, like the vibe of the show is like, I want to like celebrate people like yourself who make music and go on tour and like create those things that people receive and create those experiences. And I think like it's so impressive how anybody can prioritize that in their life against like, you know, the pressures of job and money and rent and like relationships, all of it. You know, how do you think you've done it? Like we spoke on this show like 3 years ago, right? How have you done it since then?
I think it's just been a case of like doubling down and kind of maybe like finding solutions in the wrong places. And I think like at the end of the day, I think it's like this is the more hours you put into something, the more I guess like the better you get at it, or the more like scared you become of like doing other things,
right?
And I think
you scared yourself out of doing anything else. You're like
pretty much, because I think it's just like this is, and I'd find like other things that are like adjacent, and just choose to do that instead of like being a wise adult, and just picking a stable career path. But I don't know, but
there aren't many. It's hard to get a stable career path, you know. For sure, it's difficult, you know. So, and they don't even pay that well, I don't think. I mean, obviously like 30 grand isn't as much as it used to be,
for sure,
you know. And still a lot of like stable jobs are like 30-40 grand, but I don't know, I don't think that actually makes you that rich anymore.
For sure.
I mean, it's nice, obviously, and I don't want to down like 40 grand a year. That's a lot of money, but it doesn't mean that you're a rich person having 30 or 40 grand a year, you know?
I saw like a statement online. I guess it was like some like weird call-in show, and I think like about like economics, and like somebody said that like, oh, someone like commenting about the way things are and saying like, I've never been so rich and felt like I could not afford anything.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That says to me it's a good reason to do a project.
Yeah.
Right? That's a good reason to try and do something that you like doing.
100%. But I think like it kind of, the worst thing, I think, to any, I guess like to an extent to any like a creative endeavor is to try and like put it on rails.
Right.
Which I guess to an extent like I've attempted to do, but kind of like try to like streamline it yourself a little bit, and then like again like cool, you gotta go on tours, I'm gonna like just do all of that, I'm gonna do all the admin for that. Like are
you talking about taking on too much stuff?
Yeah. And
just like making it your Monday morning, every night, weekday.
No, I've like, I think so last time I spoke was 3 years ago. I think that was like the beginning of the end for me, pretty much. Because I like, since then I'm like, I've become like an email demon. I'm like, I love it. And that's maybe like how bad things have gotten. I feel like scheduling to send an email is like, I love it. I love it now. I think like that's like my like turn-based strategy game now, is instead of like video games are just like turn-based combat is the emails, and like shortcuts for like spreadsheet making is like part of it. And again, it's like stuff that like I think like if the fun thing was making the music, I think like as time went on, that's become like the last thing that like on like the list, or kind of like, I think like last time was like creative was maybe like last summer, like finishing like Bridge of Sacrifice. And I think like since then it's just been like emails pretty much. I was like thinking coming here, I was just like, what's the part-time job? What's the real job? Like which part of like the thing is like the thing, and what's like the secondary, like
the email admins or the making music.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just maining the email admins, and I guess that's just like the friends you make along the way, kind of discovery. But
you're like running a small business.
Yeah. But it's so small, it's like borderline like fake at this point. But
I saw you refer to it as almost like a non-profit charity.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Hey man, but they exist.
True.
Non-profit charities exist,
for
and
sure.
also non-profit charities still make money to survive.
I gotta take some lessons. I gotta take some lessons from those guys. But
you do your own label, right?
yes. Since,
Arcane
Dynamics.
Arcane
like
Dynamics
2 years ago, which is maybe not a great decision. But I think I made my bed. Now I gotta sleep in it. I think,
and this is what this whole like record's about, right? Like the bridge of like
sacrifice,
the bridge of sacrifice, and is being your sacrifice. Like you were saying, like I read something where you were like, every time you go away on tour,
yes,
you have to sacrifice something, and like, you know, you do all the work of like booking the tour, preparing the tour, getting the stuff in the drive, being on the tour, coming home, like kind of being like feeling fucking crazy, and then being like, okay, we go again.
Yeah.
And Bridge of Sacrifice is a place in Elden Ring, right?
Yes. No, it's a very boring location in this RPG called Elden Ring, and it's just, I don't think there's actually much lore to that, but I think like I remember playing that, I like got there.
You're making the lore now.
Dude, we're making a lore right now.
It's the niche.
Right,
yeah, right fucking right now.
Right. And yeah, I just like the name spoke to me. I think, and then it was like, as you said, there was a time like after like a couple of like kind of full on tours, and it was like winter, which did not help.
Yeah.
And I think they were just kind of like coming to terms with what's the point of everything.
Yeah.
Kind of, and
You're
I think
in
like
cold Southeast London flat.
I was not in a flat. I was in a guardianship, which is not as cool as a flat, but
no heating.
No heating, no windows. That was pretty. That was
really.
That was
wow.
That was, you kind of like
heavy.
There would be days where you just don't see the outside world, and the kind of you have to like, you get like a peek of it, and you'd be like, whoa. Because you're kind of like, because the whole building would not have like, it would have like frosted windows, okay. So you would like hear the world, but you would like have to guess the visual of part of it by just kind of like your experience of.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Oh yeah,
I mean, the idea of guardianships is great. You know, like you use space, and it's obviously cheaper rent, right? And
absolutely, yeah.
That's how people need that. Everyone needs that, but that also sounds like a nightmare.
For sure, I think like they're either
that's a sacrifice.
Yeah, I think like beautiful concept. But I think they're like very like vital things to make it like awesome, because it could be. And I feel like if like some things don't like fall in place, you'll end up like making a weird black metal album in a couple of years. And I feel like that's what happened to me. But as a concept, big up. But I can like rant about that for like forever.
You know, maybe this is straight getting deep straight away, but obviously you're from Ukraine.
Yes.
And so you've seen so much news of your childhood home.
Sure. Yeah. It doesn't get better, and because things don't really get better, and I think like, if anything, things are getting worse day by day, and but I think personally, I have just I think like since like day one of the full scale invasion, I've probably had some like huge emotional like block that's been put on everything, and I feel like it kind of that gets like things get past that quite rarely, and a lot of it is just kind of like saying it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I don't know, with that stuff I think there's just like what I can do from where I am now is quite limited, and I think that's just kind of like, but I think that's like through, like it took a few years of that to kind of figure out in terms of like where you could be helpful and like what you can do. And I think like it's yeah, but
do you go back to Ukraine?
I cannot, because I wouldn't be able to leave essentially, because it's like so it's been the 5th year of being out, so February 2022,
2020, okay.
4th of February. But
When did you learn English?
I learned it via video games and like The Simpsons, pretty much. So like it was kind of not at school. So I know how to say like I'm going to the aquarium. I know how to say that, but like, and it's mostly like now where like I'd remember melodies and I would like maybe like let me put this thing on from like 15 years ago and it'd be like Jesus Christ, like I was listening to this as like a kid. This is awesome. This is awful. But yeah, I think it was like that. Then like via dad's friend,
Okay.
I got like a Black Sabbath Paranoid CD, and I think that was kind of, I was like, cool, I'm into like this now.
Yeah.
And I think I discovered Misfits on the internet, and then that was kind of that.
Last time we spoke, like, what were you doing to get by? You were doing different art projects. I remember you speaking about filming a porno.
No.
So have you continued?
No.
Or like helping, assisting?
Yeah. I was.
It was an art piece.
I was second AC on this like a feminist porn production, and maybe one of the more interesting things I've done in life. But
with the handlebar mustache, you really suit it.
Probably I just get hired now
It's
again,
a life.
just off the back of just like what I'd bring on a looks base to the production. But the thing that goes like year, that like gets carried over from like year onto the next year is just like I want to do less of this. Actually, I want to do like something else that's like a job.
Yeah.
And that's like year after year, just like, oh, I don't have time to not like do like Powerplant and like all adjacent stuff kind of like full time. And again, I think just because it's like there's no one else to like delegate jobs towards.
So if you don't do it, it doesn't get done.
There's just like sadly too much things to do to like try and do something else. And I think it's also like I think it's always a choice. And I think like it's because it can stop like right now. I think all of it can be, you know, put to rest. But I think it's just like to an extent it's just like it's a choice. It's some like weird mental block choice to be like, no, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go hammer and hammer.
Yeah.
This. And
ham on that. Where do you think that comes from? I mean, look, I would love to. I want to see you all the time. I actually haven't seen you in a few years, but like the new record's amazing. Like there are lots of people out there who want to come see the show. Like, but at the same time, I'm sure people, if they were like, if you don't want to do it, no, you know, no one wants to make you unhappy. No one wants you to be unhappy.
For sure,
right?
sure. This is the kind of thing that you will look back to and you'll be like, oh, crazy. and then and I think it's always the time, I reckon. But I feel like now is the time, especially to like. Because it's still like the album's out, and I think like now is the time to like go do stuff. And I think like sadly that's just the like music industry environment of you know, like you having like album cycles and stuff, and which is what it is. But I think like, and around that these are like that's your like your window of. That's when you like strike, I guess.
Right.
You know.
How did you record it? Like, it sounds fucking crazy.
Thank you. I recorded that still just in my bedroom, but it sounds amazing because my friend Stan Gravett, we mixed it together, and essentially I just I recorded just like the unprocessed like signals of everything.
Yeah.
And then I took that to the studio, and with Stan, we just worked on that, and he essentially just like he reran everything through like good equipment, and we
And like you like reamped it and stuff.
yes, I think it's still.
So
like,
did you record like guitars like not without pedal?
Yeah, it's all DI'd, so it's all just like directly, just like
That's crazy.
yeah. And I think it's kind of
So you put the guitar sound on later on, like you worked out like the distortion and everything during the mixing.
at this point, the Powerplant like sound is just using the wrong guitar and then like using the wrong equipment, and then it kind of like still it sounds like janky, but because you kind of like expecting a guitar to be where it's at in the mix, you kind of like your brain adapts to that, and I think it sounds cool and in a weird unique way. And it's funny because like the guitar is it's always like the Mustang that I have,
Yeah.
and it's like a surf rock guitar pretty much, and like running that through like a Boss like black metal pedal is like really really funny, but it sounds like how it sounds, and it's cool. But
And
yeah,
you escaped Egg Punk. Like
Thank
you
God.
haven't been boxed in, man.
I think you gotta yeah. No,
You broke free of the shackles. I mean, did you ever feel the shackles? I mean, maybe you didn't care.
no, I personally I think like it was maybe a cute term in like 2018 or something,
Yeah,
when I think
yeah.
like the whole thing was not like not what it is now, but I think like now it's like such a specific boxed in thing, and it's a bit like oof. I just find it
Some people do it really well, like Prison Affair, obviously great.
for sure.
Snooper, I really like. And there's loads. I mean, I'm not an expert in Egg Punk at all,
For sure,
but
for sure,
like
sure.
what I've heard is like some good bits. But I can see how sonically there's not loads of places to go necessarily from it.
For
Just from
sure.
a very neutral standing point of me, you know.
I think it used to be super loose. I think like again like in like pre 2020s it was like adjacent to like Devocore.
Yeah.
But like now I think it's a very specific thing that just sounds like, as you said, like those two bands. And I think like if like it's just that and it's like nothing else. I said that like I guess like before it was I called it like synth punk. But now I think just like calling it rock,
Yeah.
maybe even more general, is like even better. But I think like in like dialogue, I was saying like I think like at this point we should just say we play music.
Yeah.
We play. We're like we were live. We're like we're a band and we're like playing music. Because I think like calling it like because I feel like it's like everyone has like a different interpretation of like any. And of any genre, I guess. Having like very like niche genre names, I think like you're kind of like narrowing it down so much. Like I think like unless everyone's just like copying the trend, it's gonna sound outside of it, and then
for sure.
I don't know.
I appreciate your time. Thank you, Theo.
Absolutely.
You're a good friend.
Hell
like
yeah.
you, nice guy.
Thank you so much.
I got one more question.
Yes.
You know, I love hearing about people's like work fuck ups.
Hell yeah.
Or like, I guess for you, you've been doing like it's mostly been music, right? Like, what was the last bitty job you had? What was the last part-time job you had?
I think it probably being like an invigilator,
Yeah.
and I said that word wrong.
No,
not
invigilator,
wrong.
that's right. That's right.
Weird. I said it weird. And like an art gallery a couple of years ago.
Not at Barbican.
No, it was
Owen from the Tubs does that, if you know them.
Yeah. I saw they were like on here.
Yeah.
Recently, no, that was at like a different art gallery in like West London, and there was like an artwork made out of lead.
Yeah.
And I think like you were not supposed to like let people touch it. And I think like there was like an older couple that were just kind of like patrolling it, and I was just like intently just staring at them, like not letting them do it. And I think like
You could tell they wanted to
the
touch
moment I
it.
looked away, somebody was just like full like hands on it, just getting. But maybe that generation, I guess, is like that's the lead poisoning generation, because I feel like they're like grandparent style age. So I think like they're like the lead parent. They're like the lead poisoning guys. then like our parents are like the asbestos people, right? And we're like the microplastic generation. So I feel like maybe they're actually, now that I've been more or less like scolding myself for like that, but maybe they're fine. Maybe just got there. Maybe just got
also,
there.
you can't stop them. Like if there's an electrocuted wire right there, it's your job to not let people touch it, and you tell them don't touch it. If they touch it, you're not held responsible for them touching it. You told them not to. we're all over that thing. I once, when I was like a kid, I filmed like a wedding. I was hired like a wedding videographer, and like the family was like, oh, we just want like a music video. Not music. You just hand in like an edit of the thing. And I was like 14 at the time or something, and I thought like, cool. They want like an edit. I don't need to keep like any of the audio, so I'm not gonna record any of the audio. And then like as I hand in the files, they're like, oh cool, we're like, oh I see you filmed like our dad giving like a speech, and then they're like, well, where's the audio? I was like, oh no,
that was but hey, I think if you hire a 14-year-old to do anything,
he can't.
That's on you. I think that's on you. I feel like if I was getting married tomorrow, I think like last thing I'd hire is a kid to do it. So I think like so yeah.
I thought they were saving on money.
Not good at all.
No, I appreciate you, Theo. Thank you very much.
No problem. Hell yeah, anytime.
Oh,
anytime.
and are you touring? Is there anything you want to bump?
We're touring in the US in September of this year, and playing some festivals. I think we're just doing like the Midwest South back to the East Coast, more or less. But I don't know if you come. I don't know if you're there, maybe come by.
Come say hi.
Come say hello.
Say hi and say they saw you on 101 Part-Time Jobs, the podcast.
If they say that, I will say welcome.
Free t-shirt.
Let's find out. Let's walk over to the merch table. Let's roll. Flip a coin.
Yeah,
you get heads.
Coin.
You get a free t-shirt. if you get tails, $60. And the game is rigged. And the game.
This is the business.
Welcome to the tour. Welcome to the tour.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Theo.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Thanks, dude.
Hell yeah.
So that was Theo here on 101 Part-Time Jobs. I hope you got something from that. I like Theo. He's a funny guy. And I didn't know he learned to learn English through The Simpsons, which I thought was great. Is that an exclusive? Maybe. Bridge of Sacrifice is out now. My favorite track on it is Last Wheel. I think that's a good entry point. Like Theo said, they're about to go on tour in the States. They're probably going to do shows all over the world. So keep an eye on them. Cheers for being here. Appreciate you. We've had loads of great guests on 101 recently, like Stuart Lee, Freddie Meredith, Rory Marshall, the Merry Wallopers. We got loads more to come. So to get them, click subscribe. Cheers.